Welcome to the Freedom Investment Club introduction. My name is Ariana Muenker, and I'm going to share with you my personal experience with how I became a part of an investment club. Now, this has made a huge financial difference to me and my family. I want everyone to know about this. Well, I was introduced to this investment club just about 13 years ago, and at the time, I was in the entertainment business. I was making a six-figure income as a soap opera actress. In fact, you may have seen me on As the World Turns or Days of Our Lives. And my husband, he was working for the big studios as a freelance writer and graphics designer. He was making also a six-figure income, but we were both trading time for money. And I never saw him. In fact, he worked so much, one birthday I celebrated with bringing him a cupcake at 3 o'clock in the morning where he was still working. So this investment club, it has given us back our freedom. And our highest month was $8,000. And my husband, he retired early. And now we spend so much time traveling and just having a lot of fun together. And now I am super excited to share this with you so you too can invest in this opportunity and have a similar breakthrough. Hey, let's jump right into it. Okay, what brought you to this webinar? Now, if you have a job, are you dreading going to it in the morning? Or maybe you're here because you're swimming in debt, like student loans and credit cards. Or maybe you hardly see your family, just like Jay and I, and you're working so hard all the time. Well, let's talk about this problem. And I don't mean to be negative, but unfortunately, this problem is kind of like the new normal with the way people have money in their life. And you know, one of the biggest things, not having enough money to anticipate possible emergencies. Or people just don't have enough extra cash to put in for their retirement nest egg. Because everybody is just living week to week, paycheck to paycheck. There always seems to be a struggle. I remember this as a child. And then there are those that have enough money, but they don't have the freedom of time. That was my husband and I. And then there are those that don't have either time or money. And they're just calling that the new normal. Now, I just want you to know that we have something that can improve your situation. So let's talk about the typical solutions. You can get a second job. You can go into the stock market. Airbnb, Lyft, Uber, eBay, Amazon. And those are modern. These are actually responses to the changing economy. And they call this the side hustle. So you share your room in your house, and that's shared economy. You pick up people with your car. That's a shared economy. Now you have to have a car and a home to take advantage of that. Well, let's talk about traditional ways to make money. Employee, employer. You, as the employee, you exchange your time for money. And did you know that 95% of the population does this? This is how most people live. And the saddest thing is 5% of the population owns 95% of the world's wealth. So this is where you will work for money. Now there's a second way, self-employed. Now, that's kind of going in the right direction, but you're still exchanging time for money. You work for yourself, but you become dependent on others. That's sort of like me, working in the movie business. When my job was done, back to the unemployment line. I didn't have any security. Now, you will work for yourself. Now, the third way is to be an actual business owner. Now, you're going in the right direction, but you have really high startup costs, high overhead. You work for yourself. People work for you, but mostly you are the last to get paid. Now, the fourth way is investing. So real estate, stock market, CDs, IRAs, money market funds, etc. You need, though, to have money to make money. And in this case, the money will work for you. Okay, now imagine when you're more in control of your time and money, the possibilities are almost endless. So I want to talk to you about something I think many of you might know about, something called exponential growth. But I'm going to give you a little puzzle first. So I want you to sit with that for a few minutes. Okay, so what if I gave you $1 million right now? Or I will give you a penny doubled every day for a month. Your choice. Which would you choose? And I'll give you the answer in a few minutes. Now, what I really want to talk to you about is our pathway to the solution. Our investment club, it's a combination between the business owner and an investor. And the vehicle that we are working with is commonly known as network marketing. Now, I'm guessing that your brain just went a little sideways. Network marketing, isn't that blah, 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 or XYZ? That's where I was. But all I ask, listen to the rest of this presentation with an open mind, and I bet you're going to say, wow, I didn't know that about network marketing or even the potential of it. Did you know it's being called the business of the 21st century? And that's how I got started. It has replaced my former six-figure income for me and my family, and I get time freedom as a bonus. I mean, I said before, our highest month, $8,000. Do you know that it's the second fastest growing industry in the world? It's right behind Big Pharma. Now, what would this be like if you had financial freedom, owned your future, and could have a legacy that you could leave behind for your children? Hey, have you ever heard of the name Robert Kiyosaki? Well, he's a best-selling author, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He says the richest people in the world, they look for and build networks. Everybody else looks for work. Did you know that everybody has networks? And have you ever heard of the FTC? They're the big dogs. They regulate all businesses. The Federal Trade Commission defines network marketing as individuals selling products to the public through word of mouth. Do you know that it's a $200 billion a year industry? So what is network marketing? It's a business model with a distribution of products that reward consumers of the products with residual income. Now, once you understand residual income, oh my gosh, it'll blow your mind. I mean, it's like a treasure hunt. What network marketing is products being distributed by word of mouth through teams of people who are creating other teams of people who are just helping people grow their investments. Do you know that it's actually taught at Harvard Business School? It's totally legitimate. And there's more millionaires created in this industry than any other industry in the world, out of regular people just like you and me. You do not need to go to school for this. It's equal opportunity for all. So let's talk about some proof. You know, it's been written about in top business magazines. Fortune 500 says this is an investor's dream. It is the best kept secret in the business world. And do you know that it gives you a high return on a relatively small investment? I love the Wall Street Journal. It says it's the ultimate social business model. And Forbes said this is the answer to the retirement savings crisis for everyone. Do you know that it's been recommended by famous billionaires? Sir Richard Branson, Warren Buffett, Paul Zane Pilsner, Tony Robbins, I love him. He's my personal guru for personal growth. Jack Canfield, John Gray, and he wrote Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. And several of these men are participating in the investment opportunity we're talking about right now. Let's take, for example, Dave Ramsey. He's an author, a financial advisor, and motivational speaker. Now, he has the third largest talk show in the US, but he says the worst thing you can do is get a second job, and the best thing, get a home-based business. Now, why would that be? Well, a lot of reasons. And the first one is huge tax deductions. You get everything you earn, the full credit. You get to deduct part of your phone, part of your rent, your travel, and then you pay taxes on what's left over. So if you're interested, talk to your tax person. They'll give you way more insight on this. But this concept is about having a small business. It's so critical. In fact, if you're working a job that you just love, you still want to have a network marketing business for better tax deductions. This is the way you can actually speed up all of your wealth goals. Now, everyone knows Warren Buffett. He's one of the top richest men in the world. Do you know that he owns 3 network marketing companies? And he says, economically bulletproof. So you might be asking yourself right now, well, what do I look for in a great investment in a network marketing company? Okay, here are the parameters. You want unique, high quality products that you cannot get anywhere else. Clinically backed, scientifically proven. Have them be consumable, something people want to order every month. Products that are in demand. You want something that men, women, old, young people, kids, athletes, something that everyone can use. And then when you take the products yourself, you are going to develop a passion for them. And when you have a dramatic shift like I did, you won't want to turn to anything else. When I was in my 40s, I discovered this. I dropped 18 pounds and 23 inches, and I never felt younger. I had the energy of when I was in my 20s. So you want a company with a variety of products. And impeccable corporate management, key. I can't stress that enough. And this is important because that gives you the certainty the company will be there next year and many years to come. Hey, and free excellent training. So I'm adding the bonuses now. You want this company also to have a great track record. At least 5 years of growth is ideal. Because 2,000 companies start up every year, and there's only about 20% left by the end of the year. Oh my gosh. And most companies don't even make it to that 5-year point. Hey, so let's look and talk about the best case scenario. So I want you to consider looking for a company in momentum. Now, here's a basic business model of stages a company goes through in its growth. A company starts out in formulation foundation. Then it goes into concentration, and this is where sales, not so exciting, they're still pretty low, but they're building. And when a company goes into momentum, and there are signs, their sales will spike. Oh, that is such a sweet spot. It is the most beautiful time to join a company. And our investment club is with a company that's in momentum. So it's a great time to join us. Okay, let's put this all in a little bit of perspective, right? Network marketing is a $200 billion a year industry, and that's more than all the industries of music, film, and sports. In fact, those industries, they took a hit with the internet, right? But now this is something really exciting. It impacts me. Did you know of women making $100,000 or more per year? 82% of them are doing it in the network marketing sector. Flexible hours, working from home, unlimited income potential. What could go wrong? So let's look at who else can do this. Well, we're going to start with millennials. They're 18 to 33-year-old. They have value, passion, purpose. They love doing entrepreneurial things online. And you know what? They don't want to show up for what we used to call 40, 40, 40. Working 40 hours a week, 40 years, and then you retire on 40% of your income. Oh, and by the way, that doesn't even happen anymore. Now, Gen Xers, we love them. They're 34 to 52. They're also very entrepreneurial. They're active, they're balanced, they're happy. They work to live, but they're not like our parents. They don't live to work. But there comes a downside with that because they're not saving as much money as their parents did. But they still are thinking, something will come along. They're very hopeful. And now, baby boomers. We are the generation that said, hey, wait a minute, I'm not doing it like that. I'm doing it differently. We're the rebels because we hold 65% of the purchasing power. We want to stay youthful, healthy, and we expect to keep on working because we love to give back to our community. But I will tell you that when the baby boomers do retire, it's going to be on some sort of motorcycle or surfboard or ski slope or in some great travel adventure. That's me. So I want to share with you our favorite investment club. It is in the industry of global wellness. So just take a moment and think. How many people do you know who want to just drop some weight? How many people do you know want to get healthy or more energy, stay youthful? That's what this is all about. We're in the industry of global wellness. And here's something you may not know. It's a $3.4 trillion a year industry, and that is 3 times larger than the worldwide pharmaceutical industry. And that's a mouthful to say. And that is why that's the sector we chose. We have beauty, anti-aging, fitness, and we actually get paid to be healthy. It is a huge industry, and there's so much interest. Everyone's looking to be a part of it, just to have their own wellness. So after learning about this booming industry and its huge potential, it seems to me that it would be illogical for you not to join us. So let's take a look at the idea of geometric progression. Hey, do you remember the puzzle I gave you earlier where you could choose $1 million or a penny doubled every day for a month? Well, let's look at those numbers. So imagine if you had chosen $1 million right now. That would be awesome, but look at day 31. Oh my gosh, you would have left $9 million on the table. So this investment club is about geometric progression, and you'll be using this concept to build your wealth. So let me show you how you can get started. It's easy to join. You'll open an account. It's $29, and then you invest in a variety of health products. Oh, by the way, you get to eat your investment. And then share with a couple of friends, just 2. Remember, it's all about your networks. See if they want to join your investment club. And just think for a second, how many people do you know that might want to do this immediately? Now, you maintain an investment order of $160 per month for as long as you want to continue in the club. Oh, did I mention that you get to eat your investment? That's the best part. Of the 280 millionaires in the investment club right now, they all started like this. So now I want to share about the power of 2. Remember those 2 friends? Well, remember the pennies? I want you to watch this. And remember, all you're doing is talking to people. Find out what they want, what's important to them, listening, hearing, sharing the vision, just like we're doing here. And I'm going to tell you that some people will have an aha moment and go, wow, is this possible? Can this really happen? Absolutely. I had that moment. It was so exciting when I realized that this was happening for me. Now, here is a hypothetical demonstration. You join and bring 2 people and help those 2 people bring their 2 people. Everybody invites their 2 people within their first week, and here's what the numbers would look like. If everyone brought their 2 people the first week they joined, by the 4th week, they'd be earning $153.60 per week. Okay, so you've earned equal to your investment for that month. That may not be exciting, but wait, by week 8, if everyone invited their 2 people the first week they joined and invested every 30 days as well, by the 8th week, that second month, you'd be earning $2,600 per week. And remember, you've only invested $320. So by week 12, if everyone invested their 2 people the first week they joined and continued to invest $160 every day, every 30 days, by the 12th week, you'd be making almost $42,000. Yeah, you're hearing that right, $42,000. Now that is a very big number. But I want you just to remember these figures are in geometric progression. So that's really talking about that perfect world. And of course, we don't live in a perfect world. But what if? I'm going to say these numbers a little slower so it can just sink in. Because if you're like me, it takes a moment to process this amazing possibility. So what if you only earned 10% of that? Well, then you'd still be earning $4,200 per week. Well, what if you only earned $4,200 per month? Or what if you only earn $4,200, period? You've invested $480 in the first 12 weeks, and your net earnings would still be $3,720. Would that be worth it to you? To invest $480 and in 12 weeks, your net earnings would be $3,720. With this investment, everyone wins. They win with their health and they win with their wealth. It is so simple, easy, and it's all about helping people improve their lives. So let's do some vision casting. Put on your dreamer just for a moment. And I want you to imagine that you are earning $4,200 per week. Okay, let's be conservative. $4,200 per a month. How would that impact your life? What would change in your family? Would your children have more things available to them? Maybe you could send them to a better school or soccer or tennis lessons or horseback riding. Would there be more time for travel? And where would you go first? The Caribbean, Europe, maybe just cross country. You'd have more family time. So what would you be doing with them? And that financial stress, that'd be gone. What would it be like to wake up every morning, knowing you have endless choices because your credit cards, car loans, student loans are all paid off? And maybe even buy your dream home, get a new car. That's me, Tesla. Okay, I want you to come back to reality for a moment. Imagine yourself also in the same job you have right now in 5 to 10 years. Would this investment opportunity give you the freedom to do what you really want? Did I get your dreamer going? I took a leap of faith 13 years ago, and I'm here to tell you this works. We invite you to join our Freedom Investment Club. Now you'll get tools, support, you'll be part of our loving and super exciting community. Get back to the person who brought you onto this call and just talk to them. Get the answers to questions that you have. I invite you to join our Freedom Investment Company today, because if not now, then when? And I suggest spend the next 24 hours just dreaming and thinking of all the possibilities you have right in front of you. Have a great evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us.